So, when I was living in KL, I experienced this confusing scenario a number of times whenever I got into a taxi.
Bos, nak kemana? Tolong hantar saya pergi KLCC.
At this point, noticing my foreign accent, he continued.
Lu orang apa? Saya orang Sabah.
This statement is true and undeniably correct. But this answer isn't usually enough to satisfy the questioner. So I'd get prodded some more.
Bukan. Lu orang apa? Cina kah?
I never knew how to answer this. No, I'm not Chinese. I don't come from China. Well, my mom is of Chinese heritage, but she doesn't come from China either. My grandmother's of Chinese heritage too, but neither of them come from China. They were all born and raised here in Malaysia. And from what I've been told, their parents too. So no, I'm definitely not Chinese. Though I do have Chinese ancestries down this long line dating back a century or two. You see, in Malaysia, it is required for every citizen to be classified with a racial background in their birth certificates. In mine, I'm a Sino Dusun. Sino to classify the Chinese ancestry, and Dusun to classify the native Sabahan ancestry. But not everybody understands this. Dusun? Mate, what country is that from? Technically speaking, Dusun is one of the hundreds of cultural tribes that reside on the island of Borneo. So, you're from the country of Borneo? No, the island of Borneo consists of 3 countries: Brunei, Indonesia, and Malaysia. So, what country are you from? I'm from Malaysia. Oh, so you're Malay. Guys, I kid you not, this is a common exchange I'd have when I was living abroad in Australia. Because I'm from Malaysia, people outside my country call me Malay. If you're a Malaysian watching this, then you'll know that technically that is incorrect. If you're not Malaysian and have never been to Malaysia, then you'd probably be thinking, what's wrong with that? You see, people outside of Malaysia still don't know that Malaysians still classify themselves of one of 4 racial classes: Malay, Chinese, Indian, dan lain-lain. So to most Malaysians who go overseas and are of Chinese or Indian heritage, they'd quickly answer, no, I'm not Malay. And this statement confuses the foreigner. What the f? They don't mean to offend anyone by this, and certainly aren't being racist. They say this because in Thailand, people are Thai. In Indonesia, people are Indos. In Philippines, people are Philos or Pinoys. So logically, people in Malaysia are Malays. No, I'm not Malay. I'm Chinese. This answer, my Malaysian friends, makes you the racist, since you start off the racial segregation right off the bat. Typically, this is not how you'd want to answer and educate our foreign friends, because ultimately, you'll confuse them even more. Instead, try saying this. Well, I'm from Malaysia, and the correct term for that is Malaysian. But 2 times out of 3, you'd be prodded some more. But why'd you look Chinese? Or Indian? F you lah, cause I'm Chinese, what? Don't say that. Instead, try putting it into perspective. Well, technically I am Chinese Malaysian. You know how Oprah is African American or Jeremy Lin is Chinese American? Because now, 3 times out of 3, they'd say, oh, that makes sense. Unless they're uneducated racists, then they'll respond with, F***ing law? You're Chinese, so I'm gonna call you Chinese. Our world is going through globalization, but not everybody is exposed to the same cultural upbringing. Responding negatively will only cause more confusion and discrimination. So why am I telling you this? Because the way I see it, many Malaysians are still conflicted by this ideology. Mainstream media in Malaysia still continues to segregate people by racial class, specifically calling out people by their ancestral heritage. Even though most have never lived or even been to the country that they are said to have come from or go back to. Most Malaysian families have lived in Malaysia for a minimum of 3 or 4 generations now. Yet the prejudice continues to manifest through mainstream news articles and news broadcasts. But this needs to change. Next time you address another Malaysian, whether in real life or even on Facebook, remind yourself to describe the person as which kampung he's from, or which Malaysian state he grew up in, or even what he was wearing when you last interacted. Because saying that Malay boy, that Chinese girl, or that Dusun man, for one, we are probably providing false statements or misinformation. And 2, we begin a chain of reactions that continue to segregate the communities we live in. So next time a taxi driver asks you,
Lu orang apa?
reply by saying,
Saya anak Malaysia. Bukan. Lu orang apa? Cina kah? Saya anak Malaysia. Apa? Tak percaya? Kau tengok IC? Saya ada IC, tengok tu. Nah, sudah beranak. Nah, tengok. Nah, tengok. Main kucipa, mari. Main kucipa. Saya tahu. Saya tahu nama you, bah. Saya tahu nama you. You punya nama Boss. Kan, Boss? Kan, Boss, we go now. Saya orang Malaysia. Kau tengok. Saya punya badan berpeluh. Basah sudah. Apa macam? Sekarang mau mandi.
So last time, you met Tish.
Hi, I'm Tish.
And last time, you met Izzy.
Hi.
So drum rolls, please! This is my youngest sister, Kai.